Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with another Destiny 2 video, and today's video I'm going to be reviewing one of the last Crucible games I did. Basically the goal of this video is just kind of like critique myself and give you tips on how to survive and have a high KD in the Crucible. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm like a pro, because I'm really not. I just happen to have a really good game this game, and there's a lot of the things that felt like I did right. There was a few things where, especially at the beginning of the game, where I didn't really do right. I wasn't playing with a squad, so a lot of the game you're going to see I'm not necessarily with my squad, but I'm oftentimes trying to flank to help my squad. I'm trying to stay in areas that are going to benefit me. Like I was very cautious in my engagements, and that's one thing that you'll notice. So in this video, I was using a solar Uriel's gift because I had to do the solar final blows for the bounty for the Crucible, and I find Uriel's gift is one of the fastest ways to get that done. If you're using Uriel's gift and a solar subclass, you should get it out of the way really quick. Most of you should be very familiar with Uriel's gift and its high caliber rounds and its range and stability and everything, because it's one of the top tier weapons, so I don't feel like I have to talk about it too much. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video.
Clash. Execute all targets and make sure you're still standing when the dust settles.
Alright, so right here I'm trying to transfer my Uriel's gift. I noticed that I had a full inventory there, so I dismantled that. And then there we go. I got my Uriel's gift and I'm equipping it, and I'm about to start. So I did notice at this point that I didn't have the second sight. I can't remember the name of it that I normally use. So you're gonna see me struggling a little bit because I'm right here, because I'm not used to this sight. Right there, I threw the grenade to get him to push back so I could have time to reload. So right here, I see on my radar that they're coming around from this other side, and I'm running basically max recovery right now, so I can get my health back pretty quickly. And right here I see that both of them ran that way, but I didn't want to chase too much because there was two of them, so that's why I kind of pushed back a little bit. And so at this point I'm trying to track down where that second guy went. So again, I was struggling there because I'm not used to this sight, and that guy caught me off guard. I was aiming more towards the ground, so when I started shooting, I was shooting his legs, and I was having to try and aim up. So try and always have your sights aimed towards the head. And you'll see here I have already switched over to the other sights, and this is about where I start to do quite a bit better. So one thing to keep in mind is you don't want to just be sprinting around everywhere. And that was one of the problems I had early on in Destiny 1, is I just wanted to sprint around everywhere. But you have to take the time to slow down when you get to corners, and when you start to get like here, there's a long lane. If I were to try and just sprint down this lane, I'm putting myself at risk. So that's why I'm staying in this cave for right now.
5 minutes. Plenty of time to fight.
See right there? Because there was 3 of them, I got the first one, and I was on a kill streak. I just felt like I was a god at that point, kind of. So I started to get a little ahead of myself, and thought, okay, you know, I can take on all 3 of them. And that's kind of where I've kind of made the mistake. I should have disengaged and tried to regroup with my team to avoid dying there. But because I stayed, it cost me my life. See, I barely got that kill. I'm reloading, and I'm crouching to stay off the radar. Because if you crouch, you don't stay completely off the radar, but you'll just gradually show up like every few seconds. Like you flash up on the radar instead of being there all the time when they're within range. So at this point, I'm trying to decide where I wanted to push. I could push pretty much from any point because I was at the middle of the map there. But I didn't want to go just straight down the middle because there's so many different lines of sight. I try to generally stick to the outsides of the map.
3 minutes remaining.
So right here, I'm watching both sides because he can push from this cave, or he can jump across from the other side, and it's not looking like he's doing either of those things. So I'm thinking, okay, he's pushing around to the far side of the map, and I hear the Fist of Havoc here, so I'm like stepping back. I throw my grenade there since I had to reload, and right here I get kind of stuck on that weird edge. Oftentimes that'll happen with like the Vex textures, like sometimes you can just randomly get stuck on weird parts.
You made that look easy, Warlock.
So right here, I mostly got all 3 of them because they just kind of stood there. That in that particular engagement, I probably should have lost, but because they weren't hardly even shooting at me, I was able to win the engagement. And they kind of seemed confused as to what they were gonna do. So I don't want to push up because I know there's like supers or grenades going off over there. And I start to realize at this point that I'm like in the middle of the map, and I know that I don't want to aim down sights too long because they can push from the middle of that lane, or they can push from the left or the right. So that, right here, I hear the golden gun pop off, and I'm out. When I was playing, I thought I saw like 3 of them, but I think one of them was actually my team. Looking back at it, one of them was my teammate. But I didn't want to challenge a golden gun at that point. It just felt unnecessary. Oftentimes I will challenge supers, like I challenged that.
Warlocks like you, I could turn ideas into weapons.
So right there, it was predicting what side of the, so like right here, I predicted his path and started firing when I felt like he was going to be running past that. So I started shooting before he even came out from behind the cover. That way I could kill him as quickly as possible. And at the end there, I popped my super just to try not to die. I didn't really care if I got kills. But anyways, I hope that helped. Peace out.